The Crime Intelligence Unit has not been without controversies. The latest involved its head, Dumisani Khumalo, who is being accused of unlawful police appointments. Khumalo became the head of the unit in 2022.
There are things that have gone on in crime intelligence for so many years that I'm the least surprised to hear that people have been arrested. But on the other hand, I'm quite delighted to see that actually people are being held to account finally. And it may well be that the new minister is behind this. Before, perhaps people were blocking the charging of criminality, but the independent directorate of the NPA seemed to be doing an amazing job of rooting out the sorts of criminality that everybody knows is happening.
A former head of the unit, Richard Mdluli, faced corruption charges. Mdluli was also convicted of kidnapping, assault, and intimidation. The South African Policing Union believes a commission of inquiry is needed to clean up crime intelligence.
If there is a panel of experts that gets to be appointed, they will look into all the areas that has to deal with accountability. And then from there, then we believe it would then assist with cleansing or revamping of crime intelligence. Because if there is no inquiry that is held to look into the revamping of crime intelligence, from time to time, we would still continue to hear stories coming from there. From time to time, there would be those leaders who get to be found wanting. And that will tell us that we're only dealing with a fraction, but not dealing with a bigger problem.
When Khumalo was appointed, the police commissioner said he would rejuvenate the division. While allegations against Khumalo are yet to be proven, developments are raising questions.
So there you have it. The news coming in. Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo, the head of South Africa's Crime Intelligence Division, was arrested on charges of fraud and corruption. So this arrest, it came after investigations revealed that Dumisani Khumalo and several senior officials they unlawfully appointed a civilian, Brigadier Dineo Mokwela, to a senior police position without undergoing mandatory vetting and security clearance processes. So that's one of the issues, that they appointed her to that senior position, without following proper procedures. And social media, so many people were coming in with their reasons as to why she was promoted. But all those reasons that were being given on social media, they are just speculation. And right now, so far, we haven't really been told, why these guys did what they did. They haven't even given their side of the story so far. But this appointment in itself, it raised serious concerns about the integrity and security protocols within one of the country's most sensitive law enforcement units. So the move in itself, it circumvented crucial checks designed to prevent infiltration and corruption within the intelligence services. So Khumalo and 6 other senior officials, they were implicated in this scandal. So the biggest issue that you can see here is that the implication of several of these multiple high-ranking officers, it shows that it was not like an isolated incident, but rather a broader systematic issue, within the crime intelligence in itself. So the problem with that issue and why it is being taken so seriously, by the South Africa Police Service, the media, etc., it is because that appointment of a civilian to a sensitive intelligence post without proper vetting, it opens the door to potential leaks, misuse of privileged information. That's why it is being taken very, very seriously. Because this crime intelligence division is a very important, like a key pillar for the country, because it plays a critical role in national security, crime prevention. In so that means that any breaches in that division, it has far-reaching consequences. So if we were to go back in history, it even reignited memories of previous scandals that occurred in the past within this crime intelligence division, with regards to the leadership, most notably the conviction of former head Richard Mhluli for corruption related offenses. So such recurring issues, they paint a worrying picture of persistent corruption and poor governance within one of the country's key law enforcement agencies. So you can see that it's very important to restore discipline and integrity in this crime intelligence division, because it's very essential for regaining confidence of both the public and the government. So these guys, Kumalo and the other accused, they were presented at Pretoria's Magistrates Court, where bail was granted for most of them, except for Major General Pilani Lushaba, who remains in custody due to a separate pending case. The legal proceedings, they're currently ongoing, and that's why I also said earlier that they haven't given their side of the story, because these legal proceedings, they're still ongoing. Because when they give their side of the story, the court can even like look at the evidence and then come up and say no, 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 these guys are actually innocent. They followed the proper procedures. Or maybe it can be seen that no, 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 it's not these guys who appointed this brigadier, it's actually these guys who are appointed. But overall, we can see one thing here, that the arrest of Lieutenant General Kumalo and his colleagues, it shows us one thing, that no one is above the law, regardless of rank or position. So that's the positive that we can see here, that no one is definitely above the law. And the timing of the arrest, it also highlights the increasing efforts by the investigating directorate against corruption to crack down on corruption at all levels of government and security agencies. So the involvement of IDIAC, it signifies the seriousness of these charges and reflects a growing resolve to dismantle corrupt networks within state institutions. So this is what is happening. The boss of the crime intelligence has been arrested because of that unlawful appointment of the brigadier. So somebody can say it's something small, but it's not, due to those reasons that I gave, to say that this is a very important division, very, very important for the country, and it needs to be taken seriously. This is not like running a tuck shop. When you are running a spaza shop, you can just appoint anybody that you can want to appoint, because it's a spaza. But this is a very important pillar for the country. So it has to be taken very, very seriously. So that's why these guys have been arrested, and that's why there has been so much media attention. I'll catch you guys on the next one.